Hi, this is Dan with Noble Beverages, and we're just going to be going over some of the basics of our bag-in-box system. The bag-in-box system is usually driven by an air compressor, and that runs the compressed air to a pump that is then connected to the bag-in-box via this small connector, and then the pump also runs to the faucet itself. What happens is the pump is driven by the compressed air. It pulls the liquid out of the bag and then pumps it up to the faucet itself. So to connect the bag-in-box to the pump, there are these connectors that have an outer collar that will spin freely and the central portion which will press into the spout on the bag-in-box. The outer collar has these two small teeth that line up with the channels on the spout. And so the central pin will push into place and the collar will spin to the right, and it should lock into place once it's nice and flush against this flange, and you'll see the supply line for the pump fill up with product. So now we're going to go over the connections for QCD connectors, which are these gray ones here. These ones have a central shaft which will push down into the body to make the connection, and then to lift them back up, get your fingers underneath these two barbs and your thumbs on these two plates and pull that central portion back up. To connect it onto the bag, this spout should slot in right in there. Might have to pull it out just a little bit to get that on, and that will press firmly into place there. And then this piece should be completely flush with those two plates, and you're good to go. And on the compressor itself, there's a small power switch at the back. If the bag-in-box system is ever not running, that would be the first thing to check, is just make sure that the compressor is in fact turned on. The next thing to check would be the pressure on the regulator gauge here. We usually set these to about 25 psi. The pump can run starting at 20 psi all the way up to 80, but usually for a decent rate of flow, 20 to 25 is fine. Similar to the CO2 regulators, there's a knob on top that will pull up and twist clockwise to raise the pressure, counterclockwise to lower the pressure, and then that will press down back in to lock into place.